we worked off all the calories from that frosting we were talking about.
I'm not sure if that's how calories work. Start your day with silly and safe. Start your day with sassy and sage. Sincerely, simply, seriously, cereal.
Everyone is welcome here.
Hi. Next cereal. Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Maxwell.
And I'm Jennifer, one of Maxwell's moms. Welcome to Seriously Cereal.
Episode 315.
Seriously Cereal is made possible by viewers like you.
And by Blue Legacy, a volunteer-run nonprofit dedicated to bringing people together.
You can find out more at
www.seriouslycereal.org. That's right, Spoonie.
So cool. So cool.
Very cool.
If you like to eat your cereal dry, then you are a snacker, like our buddy, Bowler.
Hello!
Hello.
Hey, Bowler.
Or if you prefer your cereal with milk, then you are a spooner, like our pal, Spoonie. He's also Seriously Cereal director. Thank you, Spoonie.
Every month we post episodes with a theme, and this month's theme is...
Springtime.
You know, I planted the other day 60 lilies and 20 ferns all over the Blue Forge Films
Wow.
campus.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Oh. And today's cereal is Frosted Lemon Cheerios.
Okay, Maxwell, wait a minute. Okay, so I don't think lemons are a spring fruit.
But, you know, yellow is a spring color, right?
Yes, but, I mean, okay, there is a type of lemon called a Meyer lemon that I think is ripe in springtime.
Well, no, there's also, you know, sunshine, sunflowers, buttercups, the center of daisies. Those are all yellow too.
And the box is yellow.
Yeah,
and lemons
yeah,
are yellow.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, I think you've convinced me.
Yes.
Though I have to admit, Frosted Lemon Cheerios do sound kind of good.
Yeah. All right, Spoonie, let's learn. Many fruits and vegetables are still busy growing in springtime. They're pushing up their first green sprouts or unfurling their first green leaves. Little spots of color start to appear as buds open their outer layers. But before the end of the spring, some of these hardworking plants will have already grown their first harvest of the year. Here in Washington State, we'll have rhubarb and tons of flowers before spring is done. But other parts of the world will have much more.
Apples, cherries, grapefruit, kiwis, kumquats, limes, mangoes, oranges, papayas, pineapple, and strawberries are just some of the fruits that can be harvested before the end of spring. This is because different parts of the world get warmer faster, and because there are many, many different varieties of apples, cherries, strawberries, lemons, and other fruits and vegetables. For instance, the Macintosh, Gala, Honeycrisp, and Fuji apples are ready in spring, but the Macron, Matsu, and Pink Lady apples won't be harvested until summertime.
Nutrition time.
All right, go for it, Chameleon.
A serving size of this cereal is... There are calories per serving, and each serving has grams of carbohydrates and grams of added sugar. Children should have no more than 12 grams of added sugar each day, and adults should have no more than 24 to 36 grams of added sugar.
Thanks, Chameleon.
You're welcome.
You know, I'm glad that Frosted Lemon Cheerios don't have more than 12 grams of added sugar.
Oh, me too, yeah.
Especially with the word frosted in the title.
Well, I mean, I know for me, like when I hear the word frosted, you're right, I do. I think of like a heavy sugar frosting or a heavy sugar coating or something like
Yeah,
that.
I know I do.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Spider. Oh, there you go.
Hello?
Hello, Seriously Cereal team. I wanted to let you know that the cereal you're reviewing today costs, and there are servings in the box. Let's figure out how much each serving costs. Divide the price of the cereal by the number of servings. Voila! Math is awesome.
Math is awesome. Thanks, Bowler. And thank you too, Spider.
Bye, Spider. Okay, all right, so that price is about average. It has a lot of servings, so that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that we've reviewed almost 20 different flankers for Cheerios?
20?
Yeah.
Okay, Cheerios does. They have a lot of flavors.
They do.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember what a flanker is? It's a fancy cereal industry term that means spin-offs or variations of another cereal.
Cool.
Hey, Jax.
Hey guys,
Let's move.
All right.
Whee! run! Whee! Bye!
Oh man, I'm so hungry now.
Well, we worked off all the calories from that frosting we were talking about.
Jennifer, I'm not sure if that's how calories work. Alright.
Okay.
So, smelling it, do you know those bars with like frosted like oats and like rice bars, like Luna bars? It kind of smells like that. I mean, it makes sense because it's, you know, it's a frosted oat cereal, but that's what I always think of.
You have eaten lemon Luna bars since you were a toddler.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's true. For a while there, they were one of the few things like in that like granola bar realm that you could have because it had nothing in it that you were actually allergic to. I definitely get that same impression from these. If you guys have ever had a lemon Luna bar, the smell is very similar to those.
You know, I have to say, it might just be because it's a smaller piece compared to a lemon Luna bar, but it actually tastes like more lemony and more sweet.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say more lemony, less sweet. So not lemony as in sour or bitter, not tangy like that.
No.
But it does taste more like a lightly sweetened, really great glass of lemonade. So not like really super overly sweet lemonade, but rather fresh lemonade. The Cheerios themselves are coated. And I think that is probably important to mention.
Yeah.
So they do have a slightly different texture than your average, just original Cheerios. They look like what you might think. They look like they've been dipped or rolled in sugar and like a lemon flavoring.
Yeah, and that does hold true in milk too. Like it does like remain a little bit.
Do you find that they're a little bit crispier than an original Cheerio?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
The frosted bits definitely like give them a little bit more like a crisp taste.
They are about the same size. They, seem like the same size as a normal Cheerio, an original Cheerio.
Yeah, I'm glad Frankamillion told us that there's less than 12 grams of added sugar, because actually, my guess would have been it would be a little over, because these are very sweet.
See,
and like I think it says something like, even though if I had like an actual like lemon noodle bar now, I'd probably say, oh yeah, that's sweeter. Like my first instinct is that these are sweeter than a oat and rice bar that's literally like iced with like lemon zest icing.
And I'm actually wondering if they're coming across as a little bit sweeter in milk, because milk does have a natural sweetness to it, which I know a lot of folks don't think about. Actually, they think of like milk as a savory thing. As a matter of fact, I was just talking with one of the artisans that we work with, and they were talking about milk being, that nice savory drink that they like so much, and I found that very interesting because I was like, oh, I think of milk as a sweet drink.
Yeah, it's funny that they mentioned that, because I actually say soy milk kind of fits that description.
Oh.
But like milk, yeah, it is.
That soy milk tastes sweeter, or soy milk tastes
more savory. Yeah, milk, like especially like for different like 2% milk, like for different kind like percentages of milk, like they have a bit more of a sweet creaminess to them, which I actually do like. But yeah.
What kind of milks have you guys tried? Have you tried almond milk or oat milk? Write to us, tell us about it, and be curious. Like, do you think of different milks as sweet and other different milks as savory?
Yeah, seriouslyco.org. Click the bell box. We might read your letter in a future episode.
Absolutely.
But speaking of that, we're almost out of time here.
I love these.
Yeah.
I really do. And as a snacker, they're not sticky. They're not sticky in any way. None of them were stuck together. I have to say, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give this a 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be an optimistic one. So If you like lemon, consider this a 3, but I'm going to give it a 2. I think it's a little too extreme in milk as a spooner. Like, I think you're right. I think, like, the inherent sweetness of the milk kind of, like, brings out more of the sweetness of the frosting, the, like, tang of the lemon, and, like, it isn't sour. That is something to note. Like, it's not, like a sour candy, but, like, there is definitely a strong lemon taste here, and I think with the smaller bits, as opposed to something like a Lunaboy, where it's kind of, like, half oats, half icing, it's less, like, equal. And that coupled with the texture, which, as you know, like, that crispy texture, I think I'd probably get just normal Cheerios and, like, add some, like, sugar to them before I get things. But if you like a sweet lemon flavor, then yeah, then I think you could get these. These are perfectly good. But I think for me, I'd say it's a 2. All right, Spoonie.
Thanks, Spoonie. All right, are you ready to sit back and be pampered?
Oh, definitely. My belly's full.
Full belly time is the perfect time to listen to a story.
Yeah, you read to me even when I was a tiny little baby.
Well, it was a really, really long time before you spoke, but you understood words very early.
Yeah, so listening to stories was a great way for us to share words.
Oh, I like that. That's a really great way to think about it. Yeah.
And now we share words in a million different ways.
We sure do, and in a lot of the same ways.
By the magic of our cereal horns, we call our friend the Book-a-Corn!
Hello, everyone. This is our 3rd day reading The Best Thing by Jennifer and Marco. Bookworm has marked our spot. You're such a helpful friend, Bookworm.
You're welcome!
Natalie, Sonia, time to come inside, Mama called from the porch. Sonia looked up at the sky. She had been thinking about how she could get Natalie to play with her for so long it was almost night. Sonia watched as Natalie opened up her 2 ladybug jars with the holes in the lids. Fly away, ladybugs, Natalie said as 2 ladybugs crawled out of the jars. I'll find you again tomorrow. Sonia watched the ladybugs fly in circles in the air. They dipped down by the flowers and flew along the side of the fence. Then they flew straight at Sonia. At the last minute, Sonia ducked and the ladybugs flew right over her head and into the bush with the white flowers. Sonia looked at the bush. She couldn't see the ladybugs anywhere. Getting down on her hands and knees, Sonia crawled under the bush. She searched and searched, but she couldn't find the ladybugs. She was just about to get up and go inside when she saw something very unusual. There in the dirt were tiny ladybug footprints. They were so small, Sonia almost had to touch her nose to the ground to see them. The footprints led away from the bush in a straight line, all the way to the side of the house. And that's where Sonia found the door. Right in the side of the house was a door no bigger than a dime or a penny. Across the door, in tiny, neat letters, someone had written in paint, Ladybug Land. The footprints disappeared under the door, so Sonia knew that the 2 ladybugs had gone inside, but when she pushed at the door with her fingers, it was locked. Maybe only ladybugs can open it, she whispered. Then something sparkly caught her eye. Hanging beside the door on a tiny hook was a key. Attached to the key with a red ribbon was a note that said, For Sonia. The screen door opened and Mama called, Sonia, where are you? I'm coming, Mama. I'm coming. Sonia took the key and tucked it into the front pocket of her overalls where it would be safe. Then she crawled out from under the bush with the white flowers and ran inside. During dinner, Natalie talked and talked about the ladybugs she had found that day. But Sonia didn't hear a thing. She was thinking hard about the key and the tiny door to Ladybug Land. When they changed into their pajamas, Sonia tied the key to her finger with the red ribbon and held it in the palm of her hand. After Mama read them a story and kissed them goodnight, Sonia lay wide awake in bed, still thinking about the key. Would the key open the door? Where did the door lead? What was Ladybug Land? How was she going to fit through the door? All these questions made Sonia sleepy, so she decided to close her eyes for just a little while. When Sonia opened her eyes again, it was still dark outside. She still couldn't stop thinking about the key, so she decided there was only one thing to do. She didn't know the answers to all her questions, but she knew someone who did. Natalie. Sonia shook her big sister's shoulder. "Natalie, wake up," she whispered. Natalie opened her eyes and yawned. "Are you okay?" Natalie asked. "Do you need a glass of water?" Sonia shook her head. "We have to go outside. I have to show you something." Then Sonia opened her hand and showed Natalie the sparkly key. Natalie's eyes grew wide with surprise. "Where did you find it?" she asked. "At the door to Ladybug Land," Sonia told her. Natalie's eyes grew even wider. "Come on," Natalie said, and she took Sonia by the hand. "If we're going to Ladybug Land, we have to be prepared," proclaimed Natalie as she opened up her backpack. She took out the special ladybug hat, the ladybug flashlight, and the ladybug magnifying glass. Then she helped Sonia into the red jacket with the black spots, and they tiptoed out the front door. It was very dark in the yard. Sonia tripped on the red wagon, but Natalie caught her so she didn't fall. Sonia led Natalie over to the bush with the white flowers, and they crawled underneath it until they were right beside the house. The door was still there, and the words were glowing. Ladybug Land. To be continued in the next episode.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
We're not big enough to be paid through YouTube, but you can support the show over at seriouslycereal.org.
Because this show is safe for kids, YouTube turns off comments, but we love hearing from you. Go to seriouslycereal.org and click the mailbox. Write to us, and we might read your letter in a future episode.
Seriously Cereal will be back next Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time with a all-new spring episode.
See you then.
Bye.
Start your day with silly and safe. Start your day with sassy and sage. Sincerely, simply, seriously cereal.